Hey everybody, it's Missy Wolf,
And I'm Reagan Richards.
and we are here with Edwin McCain at CMA Fest. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am fantastic. You got a lot of new stuff coming on that you should be super thrilled about.
Yeah, it's like fourth quarter, 10 seconds left on the clock. And I'm lobbing one up at the half court, man. It looks like it's going in. I mean, who knew? I was
love
at
it.
home minding my own business.
And you got pressured in by what, Lee Bryce a little bit? He was like, "Come on, you got to do
Lee.
this. You got to make this happen."
It's so funny, too, because I was at home running a land clearing business and moving dirt and I'm in an excavator all day running equipment. And Lee would call me in regular intervals and be like, "Hey, Bubba, you know, you have another career that's important, and we should, I kind of would like to have a new album of yours." And I was like, "All right, okay, let's do this." And I'm really glad he did, because I've absolutely adored being back in this new music business. Because when the music business I left didn't value authenticity.
Right.
And the music business now totally does, and I'm all here for it.
I love that, and I'm so glad he talked you into it. Your fans are super happy about it.
that's so
I
true.
cannot wait for everything to come out. It's Lucky, right? It's your new album.
Lucky's out, and and just all the other stuff. We're touring with Train and
Train,
got a
yeah,
bunch of
this
other
summer.
tours going on. I was out. I toured with Lee for a little bit, but also just walking around here and running into a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time, and just it's been great. It's been like a high school reunion or something.
I was going to say, it's
Yeah.
like a reunion here every year. I love it. And I know Reagan's got all kinds of musician questions for you.
You know,
'cause
yeah, talking about just, when you left the business before, or when, the authenticity aspect of it. Touch on that a little bit more. How you feel like how it's changed. Social media, of course. All of that, and I'm always interested to hear what other artists have to say about that. What they think of it. Is it a blessing? Is it a curse? Is it a,
I never engaged social media at all. I was like one of those Gen Xers, like,
right.
And then the pandemic hit, and I was at home bored with my kids, being the worst high school teacher in the history of South Carolina. And so I got sucked into TikTok. And what I loved about it immediately was the ability to hear and understand other people's perspective that I would never have gotten a chance to meet. And I was like, this is really cool. And one of the first people I followed was this guy named Cody Green, and he's schizophrenic. And he talks really openly about what that experience
Right.
is. And I would never have had this, and I consider it a friendship because I'm
Sure.
sitting here listening to him go through his experience. But then what I started to understand is that people were sort of using social media as, and it's something I've said for years, is everybody intrinsically just wants to be heard.
Right.
Everybody wants to feel like their ideas matter, and the things that they feel are important, and all of a sudden they've got it, and they've got an audience. And obviously there's some bad parts of that
Of
too,
course.
because everybody all of a sudden thinks they're the
keyboard
mogul.
warrior.
I'm the mogul of my own media
Right.
empire, so it can spin out of control too. But there are a lot of people that are being transparent and authentic about what their experience is, and I love that, because that's what I feel like songwriting
Sure.
should be.
Yep.
And all of my favorite songwriters are the ones that take the life that they've lived and they distill it down to this unique element that only they understand because it was their experience.
Sure.
And then they deliver it to an audience that has a discovery moment that goes, yeah, I know what you mean. And now I'm going to share this music because now I'm enrolled in this process, and now it's part of my memories, and we're going to do this. And I feel like there's that element to TikTok and to some of these things where people are sharing these little, what they've distilled down. And it's not as put together as songs, but it is
Sure.
still, they're sharing their experience. And I think we can only get better if we listen.
Absolutely.
And so that's the point. And also, Like I discovered Brittany Moore on TikTok, and I had her come out and open some shows, and a guy named Jason Nix. And these are people that are like putting up their content, and I'm like, wow, look at that! How great are they? And I hope that the musicians from my era are doing this, because it's our job to be the stewards for the next class of people that are going to do this. Like it's like
a great way to look at
no
it.
career is complete without a component of stewardship.
Sure.
And it's so fun, and they're so much better than we were at that age, right? Like some of these younger musicians, I'm like, I sucked at 20 compared to you. Like, holy moly.
Well, because they're watching the same things you're watching, and they're learning from seeing the same things you're seeing. So
the only thing that they're missing is they've gotten so good in their bedrooms in front of their phones, they haven't gotten out there in front of a hostile audience.
Right.
And I tell them all, I'm like, okay, you're great in your bedroom, but you need to go out and busk. Go put a guitar case on the street and have people say mean stuff to you, and so that you can not have that hurt your feelings. Because if you leave your bedroom being great and having people telling you how great you are all the time, and then the first time somebody says something mean to you from an audience, you're gonna fold up like, you know. Because I mean, even now, like I'm 35 years in, I've played shows where I finish a song and somebody in the audience goes, "Yeah, what else you got?" You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you can't handle that, you're in trouble.
So you've escaped the keyboard warriors?
Oh no, look, I love it. So part of being, I don't know, anybody that's been in a band, like we're mean to each other. Like, so mean comments on the internet make me laugh hard. Like my wife is like, y'all are so mean to each other. And I was like, listen, if your band members are not pouncing on your biggest insecurity, then are they really your friends? Like every time I get into the bus and my guitar player's playing his guitar, he'll start playing "Hold Your Head Up," whoa, like because of my big head. And the other one that happened, this is my favorite story. We played a rescue gig for a fair. One time the village people couldn't make it, and we had to come in and play a rescue gig for the village people, and we learned YMCA and the whole thing. And you know, I get on stage and it's a whole amphitheater full of people waiting to see the village people, and I was like, so the bad news is the village people aren't going to get here tonight, but the good news is you're getting this guy. And they rejected that idea wholeheartedly. Like I was vigorously booed in the beginning of that show, but as the night went on, started winning them over, right? And then by the end of it, we did YMCA. I had the whole crowd on stage. Well, the old man that promoted the show comes running backstage. He's been promoting fairs for a million years, and he comes backstage. He goes, "You!" He goes, "Look at you!" He goes, "That was amazing. They hated you, and then you made them love you, and you slayed them. And my whole life, I never heard of you. Never heard your name. Never heard your name." And so now every time I get on the bus, somebody will go, "You slayed them. Never heard of you.
Never heard
of you." I love this business.
And village people never got the call again. It was this guy. No. This guy.
I love those. I love emergency rescue gigs when like you got to go fill in and the people that are there are not there to see you. Oh, mwah, mwah. There you go. I opened up for LL Cool J. I've never been hated more by an audience than when we opened for LL Cool J.
I'm sure that is a great story.
I'm so glad you have that experience, though, and you can say that. Like, that is just fantastic.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of you. Never heard of you. So who's the
good that you slayed.
Who are the best? Who are the people that you were most excited to see here?
Oh, he's turning the tables.
Yeah. I want to hear. Like, who's your favorite that you've talked to so far?
Well, it was the village people, but now it's this guy.
Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, you're our second interview, and
oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
I mean, and you're pretty
setting
great.
the bar.
He really. I mean, you really have set the bar. The enthusiasm, the stories. I mean.
Do y'all live in Nashville?
I'm an hour south, and
New Jersey.
They're Jersey.
What exit?
I've done. 137.
137.
And then 105. Asbury Park.
Yeah, she goes, New Jersey. I said, what exit?
That's right.
There you go.
105,
All right, I know.
137.
I know what we're talking
I
about.
go by exits too, but the people out here don't.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really weird. I'll talk to somebody else from Tennessee, and I'm like, exit this, and they're like, I don't know exits. What is that? And I'm like, oh, no, because California we do.
That's because they live down near Boone Creek Holler.
You guys, this is the best interview.
Can we just do this interview all day?
Please tell everybody where to find you.
Edwin.com. We got in early.
Yeah.
We
if
got
you
in
get
early. We
Edward
were right
right.
at the beginning of the internet, baby. Yeah, just go to Edwin.com. Everybody, my friends call me and go, hey, where are you playing? And I get on my phone and go to Edwin.com and look
You
it up
find
for
out.
them. Dude, Google.
That's
Right,
fantastic.
exactly.
You guys use the Google.
Don't believe what they say on Reddit, though.
No.
No.
No. But go to edwin.com. Check them out. Till next time. See you soon.
See ya.